Journals, journals, all the journals, notebooks everywhere, pens, pencils. I walk around like I'm okay, but inside I want more journaling equipment. Welcome back. If you are here after watching part 1 of the Scribbles That Matter flick through, then I thank you ever so much. If you haven't watched that, you might want to watch that one before this. So I had a lot of footage and decided to split this vlog into 2, not to have the video far too long. And the first part is January through June 2020 and bullet journaling through lockdown and the COVID pandemic. And this next part starts in July. It goes through the end of this book and actually through this book to the end of the year, and is bullet journaling through a divorce. Just a little bit of a heads up, this is going to be a very sweary vlog. Actually, both vlogs are going to be very sweary. I am literally using my bullet journals to get a lot of anger out of me and onto paper. There's a lot of swear words. So if you don't like swearing, then maybe these 2 vlogs aren't for you. If you're not bothered about swearing, come and join me as I use artistic lettering of rude words as a way of making myself feel better. July, your energy is currency. Spend it well, invest it wisely. And this has been a list. Can we tell that this has been a list? I'm actually impressed that there are no stickers over my tracker. Different kind of weekly. May the next few months be a period of beautiful transformation. Yeah. Battle plan. Ooh! Now we're on to angry Tova. Things happen when I'm angry. Wow. I think you're doing a beautiful job figuring out some heavy shit. I left my husband in the middle of July. This is when it happened. She was brave, strong and broken all at once. Yeah. And keep going, love. You've got this. Ask for a divorce. Ta-da. Yeah, right. Nothing to celebrate. It was tough. It's really tough. What is yours will find you. I needed to remind myself. She promised herself better and she never looked back. August battle plan. Starting to find a little bit more of myself. Doing a job interview. A little bit more lettering. You don't always need a plan. Sometimes you just need to breathe, trust, let go and see what happens. And we're into August. And I was going for a rainbow theme in August. I wanted to keep things colourful and upbeat. And actually, I find August hilarious in terms of the art I've done over these next few weeks. Keep walking through the storm. Your rainbow is waiting on the other side. Is what it says underneath there. I like this theme. It took a while to set up, but I really enjoyed it. There is no limit to how radiant, alive and irresistible you can be. Go forth and be fierce. And middle of August is when I moved into the house where I live now. A week where I was obviously very busy sorting things out. And wanker! It still amuses me every time. It really does. This was supposed to be rainbow colours as well. And then before I knew it, I'd done all of it in red. Checklist for moving. She designed a life that she loved. Don't stop until you're proud. This was also really, actually I like this spread. So I did a timeline for the move from July to August, from starting to look to having moved in. With various things that were happening and when, like when the broadband was connected, when actual moving day was, when it was the actual moving day, viewings that I had, Elin in hospital, of course. I planned a first day bag, so things that I had to have available for the very, very start of the move. I did an expenses list, I did a list of the services that I needed, the address changes I had to do, and a big shopping list, the big stuff I needed. And yeah, a bit more of a time blocking of the moving week. That's what this is. Yeah, just to kind of keep a little bit of a track of where things were. I drew up the house and the measurements so I could get some idea of where I was going to put stuff. And now I will do what's best for me. And that actually is the end of this journal. The other pages really are just scribbling and testing out layouts, and I moved into my next journal after this. Yes, when my Scribbles That Matter ran out of space, I got myself an origami, and I started this one a couple of weeks after I moved into my own place. So at the beginning of it, I got IKEA stuff because I was setting up a brand new household. And then moving into September. Now, the divorce in itself was actually fairly simple, fairly straightforward, but what has been difficult throughout is setting a custody schedule. And these little boxes here, A for Alice, E for Elin, the first box is morning or during the daytime, and the second box is overnight, has been about trying to work out where the girls are going to be when. And it went through a lot of iterations and a lot of arguments before we settled into this 50-50 split that we have at the moment. And then I kept up with my creative spreads. I'm usually about live, laugh, love and dance, but today it's more like raise, aim, fire, reload. And a nice curved habit tracker. Now I believe I said I was going to explain the tough shit. So I have tough shit, journaling, singing, Instagram, sociable, YouTube. YouTube and Instagram are about posting. Being sociable is about having a social life in lockdown. Singing, making sure I use my voice. Journal, making sure I use my journal every day. And tough shit is everything that makes me go, yeah, I don't want to do that. And that could be things like going through paperwork or budgeting or applying for a divorce or getting a marriage counselling. All those things that made me cringe, they went into tough shit. And it's quite a useful tracker actually, because it was very satisfying to tick off doing it, and so it made me attack those things that I didn't really want to do. And weekly setups with a to-do list and a to-do list, and I actually kept my, I kept when the girls are with me in these weeklies, and then the last one, M, stands for medicine, so it's multivitamin in the morning and medicines at night time, and I have one medicine that I take every other night, so hence the line through that. And then sometimes I use my weeklies less, but I actually used note sections more, so lots of notes that I needed to take. Here's another week where I didn't use my journal that much. And then another creative spread for October. How do we like this habit tracker? That took a while to set up. But it was very satisfying. I love doing a sort of Halloweeny spread for October. And the same kind of monthly setup, a bills tracker, goals for the month, and who is where, and then into the weeklies. At this point I had also been made redundant and was trying to work out what to do with my life. And there is a lot less using the journal here. I can see I've lost it for a bit here. And that happens. You do go through periods where you use the journal more and through periods where you use it less. And then I think I was angry again because this quote is, "The best way to a man's heart is through his fourth and fifth rib." And also try harder and worth it. Lots to go through, and yoo-hoo, has anyone seen my sanity? I mean, these weren't particularly difficult lettering. I'm literally just writing in my own handwriting here, but yeah. And a different tracker for November. I seem to have added exercise to this one. I think I've been in lockdown for a little too long there. I wanted to go back into exercising. And then I think November I wasn't using the journal all that much again. Some weeks I did, other weeks I didn't.
And again, just writing. I use these quotes very much like affirmations of getting feelings out of my system. So this page says, if you can't handle me at my worst, I don't blame you. That shit is ridiculous. And this one, I really like this one. It's one that I've read out loud to myself over and over again because it's really helped me in determining what I want out of my life. This is the part of my life where I silently remove myself from anyone who hurts me more than they love me, brings me more stress than they do peace, and tries to stunt my growth rather than clap for it. I think that I've done more than enough talking and trying to make things work with certain people. I'm done. I did some research into UK citizenship. I did some research into a new laptop. I did some sketching up Christmas ideas. Yeah, just various notes, trying things out. And then Elin was in hospital at the end of November, which meant that I was able to do a really, really complex tracker for December. I don't think I will ever draw anything like this up again because, oh my God, that took time. Can you imagine how long it took to draw all of those pine needles? I mean, it's cute, but yeah, it was difficult. And it was kind of complicated to keep up with these trackers as well. Always jingle all the way. No one likes a half-assed jingler. And then I had a Licorice advent calendar, which I really liked. So I tracked all of the different flavors to see which one was best. That was just a bit of fun. And then another, being creative, feel what you need to feel and then let it go. Do not let it consume you. And then come December, I changed up my weeklies. So I did weeklies 1 page to do and to da, and then I just had space for free writing because I had so much on my mind. At this point, I have gone into quite a severe burnout depression and I'm working on it to get better. And that's why I needed these note pages to just be able to get a lot of stuff out of my head, really. And I had less to do every day in the week, so smaller weekly worked well, but sometimes notes took up 2 pages just for 1 week. And then at the end of the year, I like doing year-end reflections. And I've actually gone through this in another vlog in detail, so I'm not going to dwell on it here, but basically writing down 10 highlights, 5 disappointments, 3 game changers, 3 areas of focus, 3 things that I forgot. When did I feel most in my sweet spot? When did I feel most exhausted and drained? And then looking ahead to the next year and what I wanted to achieve in that year. And I'm gonna end this here because I think a year of lockdown and a year of lockdown and divorce is more than enough. And I've still had to split this into 2 vlogs to get it all together. But there you are. So how I've been using my bullet journal to get me through lockdown and how I've been using my bullet journal to get me through divorce.
Thank you so much. See you again very soon.
Do we call this the Bujo series? I'm a bullet journal addict. Hi, I'm Tova and I'm addicted to Bujos. Confessions of a Bujoholic. I'm sure that's been done before. That is too good not to have been done before. But it is good.